I would just say I'm an ordinary person only. It's just that I have, you know, done certain things which have touched people. So you all are calling me to share. Otherwise, everybody's life has a story, and you know, you are all very young right now, so you have a chance to write your story the way you want. That's that's my main message in this presentation. Even though I'm talking about my story and other people's stories, but what I want to say is that each of you should, write your own story. Otherwise, you're following somebody else's script, like your parents have given you, you know, teachers have given you.
So Miss Rashmi Bansal, that is our today's guest, graduated in economics from Sophia College, Mumbai, and received her MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad in 1993. Professionally and personally, she is a mother, renowned writer, teacher, entrepreneur, blogger, and youth expert. The author of best-selling books on entrepreneurship, her books have been translated into 12 languages, surprisingly even in Vietnamese and Korean. She is also India's most sought-after motivational speakers. She's a founder of Just Another magazine, commonly known as Jam, which is India's biggest selling youth magazine and had been in print run from 1995 to 2010. Her blog, Youth Curry, features articles on youth careers and entrepreneurship. She is a columnist on popular Indian news portal Rediff.com. She is also a regular contributor to India's largest selling, biggest business magazine, Business World, Business Today. Previously, she was employed as consulting editor at business news channel Bloomberg UTV, where she hosted India's first call-in show on careers, Stay Hungry. And currently, she writes a fortnightly column for Dainik Bhaskar newspaper. Further, she is also a consultant for international youth research agencies such as the Futures Company and Flamingo Research, which is based at Singapore. She mentors students and young entrepreneurs and also conducts very popular motivational talks and youth insight seminars for corporates and institutes of national and international repute, some of them being IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, ISB Hyderabad, Kellogg School of Management, and SP Jain, and many more, I suppose. Further, she teaches a full credit course called Road Less Traveled at Ashoka University. Rashmi Bansal's first book, Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish, that got published, follows the stories of 25 MBAs from IIM Ahmedabad who left lucrative jobs to create successful businesses. It received raved reviews and crunched numbers in its best-selling status. The book was an initiative by the Center for Innovation, Incubation, and Entrepreneurship at IIM Ahmedabad. Bansal ma'am's second and third books, Connect the Dots and Stories of Non-MBA Entrepreneurs and I Have a Dream, are the stories of social entrepreneurs, which were both shortlisted for the prestigious Economist Crossword Popular Award. I Have a Dream was also the #1 nonfiction title in India in 2011. Her fourth book, Poor Little Rich Slum, captures the spirit of enterprise in Mumbai's Dharavi slum. Her other book, Follow Every Rainbow, features the inspiring stories of 25 successful female entrepreneurs from across the world. This 2020, she released her latest book, We Are the Champions, in the Jaipur Literary Fest. Welcome again, ma'am.
So my journey as a writer today, I was asked to speak about my journey as an author, as a writer. So I wanted to take all of you back to the place where it all began for me, and for I think almost every writer, it's the same story. That before we were writers, we were readers. So while growing up, I read a lot of books. Reading was the one escape we had from our day-to-day life and reality, and it was a time when there was no Netflix, no internet. But even today, I love reading books because books take you into a different world and a different mind. Okay, so I was, of course, not a person who could buy so many books, so we had to go to libraries like this one, like our school library. I think every day I used to borrow one book, go home, read it, return it the next day. And there were all kinds of books. Not that every book was a useful book. There were story books, there were mystery books, there were horror, there was, every kind of book available. So my first, I think, step into the world of writing was through the world of books. because they took me to faraway places and really stretched my imagination and made me feel how many different kinds of amazing things are there, different kinds of people, different locations, some imaginary, some other parts of the world. So my first advice to anyone who wants to ever think of writing is to fall in love with books. This journey of overnight success, many of us want it. But as Mr. Narayan Murthy says, the journey of overnight success is often something that has taken 20, 25 years. And one of the books I had read at this time was a book called Odyssey, which was a story of John Scully. So John Scully was the CEO of Pepsi Corporation, at that time one of the biggest companies in the world. And Steve Jobs was a very unknown small entrepreneur of a company called Apple, which no one had ever heard of. And he wanted to recruit John Scully in his company. And this is a line that he used, which really, you know, motivated John Scully in a completely different way. He said, "Do you want to spend the rest of your life selling sugared water, or do you want a chance to change the world?" So I thought, this is the same problem I'm having. Do I want to spend the rest of my life selling detergent powder, or do I want a chance to change the world or do something meaningful, like something interesting? Because I love writing, and I did not really enjoy doing a survey on Surf Ultra and Ariel powder, which I did for my summer training. So I took this decision. I dropped out of placement. I worked with the Times of India newspaper for 2 years. And then I started my own company because I had this thought that we should have a magazine, which is a platform for young people where they can, express themselves. Maybe all of them are not going to be like Rashmi Vansal and try 40 times to get the article published in Times of India. So I just want to tell all of you that if you want to do something in life, it's never money that holds you back. Where there is purpose, the means will follow. So never let money be the factor holding you back, right? And never think that on the day one you have to do something perfectly. First issue, when we took it out, it was not perfect. It was not even printed perfectly. There was some error. There was some, the paper quality wasn't that good. But then still, because it was so different from everything else, people could relate to it and they could, you know, um, get connected to it and they wanted to be a part of it. So the main thing is that the product or service that you produce has got to be something which people really need and want and which they will fall in love with. And they don't know what they want. You have to figure it out. That's why you are the entrepreneur, right? You're solving somebody's problem. So, the second book I wrote was called Connect the Dots, right? And this is the, again, line from Steve Jobs in his speech at Stanford University, that you can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backward. I think, again, that day I realized the power of a story. A story can really change your thinking, it can move you, it can inspire you to take action. And so I went on to write an entire series of books. The first book was about MBAs, the second was completely opposite, you know. And like that, it became a whole series because I felt that there are so many interesting people in this country who we don't know about. We only read about film stars, we read about cricketers. But what about people like you and me who've done something different? Who've really created their own destiny. I look at entrepreneurship as creating your own destiny. So let me tell you one story from the book Connect the Dots, which is actually my favorite book because it was my second book. And second book is much more difficult than the first one because पहली तो लिख गई without any expectations. In the second book, people are now having this concept of me as a great author. So now how do I live up to that? So I decided that I really don't know if I can again fulfill that kind of, expectation of people. What I have to do is write a book which is very true and which helps people. And I decided to do a book which is about non MBAs because people are now getting this idea that MBA is necessary to do business, which is really not true. So let me tell you a story of a guy called Prem Ganpati who came to Bombay, after just completing class 10. He came from Tamil Nadu. He didn't know even proper English or even very good Hindi. He came with his relative thinking he's going to get a job, but he was just left at the railway station to fend for himself. So he got the lowest possible job that he could get. He went to an Udupi restaurant which sells dosas and idlis, and he spoke to the owner in Tamil and said, "Okay, can you give me a job?" So that guy said, "Okay, I'll give you a job to wash the dishes in my restaurant." Now imagine you come with all these big dreams and finally only get a job washing dishes. Most of us would go into depression or we'd feel that हमारी तो किस्मत ही फूटी है क्या करें, and that would be the story for the next 10 years of life. But Prem Ganpati was a different guy. His mindset was different. So about 2 weeks later, he went to the owner and said that, in the afternoon I'm free, so why don't I do something? Can I serve tea? So they had this office building next door, and in Bombay, how or maybe in other cities also, we have something called cutting chai. So some person comes with this, cutting chai glasses and a little aluminium kettle and serves tea to all the office goers. So boss said, "ठीक है, कर लो, go ahead, do it." So Prem Ganpati became a tea boy. Okay. Now today we know that being a tea boy can lead you to great heights, since even our prime minister was once a tea boy. But I think the important thing is Prem Ganpati, even as a tea boy, he did his best. He became a really, really good tea boy. Okay. So how do you become a good tea boy? Now, every person in the office will have a different taste of tea. Somebody likes extra sugar, somebody wants lemon tea, somebody wants black tea. And if you come at the right time, every day at 3 p.m., you come with a cheerful smile, with the right recipe of tea for me, and you share a couple of words, nice encouraging words, a hello with a smile, definitely you become somebody that we look forward to. I remember when I was working in jam office, we used to always look forward to chai ka bhai. So about 6 months later, one of his own customers said, Prem, you're a very good tea boy, why don't we go into business together and let's start a tea shop. I'll put the money and you run the place. So we gave him a partnership, and this, like that, he became the owner of a small business. But Prem Ganpati was a little more ambitious. He thought, okay, people are coming to drink tea, but why don't they also eat something? Then they'll spend double with me. So he knew how to make dosas, so he started selling dosas. Now his dosas became very popular because he was he was a good dosa maker. And in Bombay, there are many such people who make dosa on street side, but they become famous. And then people come in the Mercedes cars also stop there and they eat from that street vendor. So Prem Ganpit became famous in Sector 17 of Vashi. He used to stand in a particular spot, and well, he became pretty, I would say, successful because if you're a good dosa seller, you're famous. You can easily earn about 2 lakh rupees a month, because every day you sell 100, 200 dosas for maybe 50 rupees each, and you don't have any cost. Maybe you're paying a bit of hafta to the police, but you're not paying rental or electricity, and you're doing the work yourself, maybe with one helper. So from zero, he had reached a stage where he's earning 2 lakh rupees a month. And now I think you would say that great, he's done so well in life, he should be completely satisfied and he should feel, wow, I really made it. But Prem Ganpati was made of even bigger ambitions and dreams. One day he went to McDonald's, which had just opened in the neighborhood, and he sat there and he kept observing what's going on. And he thought to himself that I'm standing at Prem Dosa stall every day. Sure, I'm earning money, but I have to stand at one place. But where is this Mr. McDonald? He is not standing here. Somebody else is making the burger and selling it. And Mr. McDonald has hundreds of these outlets. So why can't I also do that? So to cut a long story short, I mean, you can probably get a copy of the book for the complete story. This is Prem Ganpati today. He's running a franchise called Dosa Plaza, which has around 30 outlets all over India and in Dubai and Australia. So he's a franchise owner. He's what we call a zero to hero. That was the name that my Hindi translator gave to the book Connect the Dots, saying that these are people who have come up from nothing and they've done something which is quite unbelievable. The reason I share this story is that I think the lesson from his story is very simple. It is that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Most of us, we think of big ideas and then we ourselves kill the idea in our mind, saying that नहीं मुझसे नहीं होगा, मेरे पास experience नहीं है, मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, मेरे पास backing नहीं है, and then we blame it on somebody else. We say my father didn't allow, my mother didn't allow. That is the basic problem with all of us, that we we don't believe in ourselves. So if one thing that you learn from this today's session is just this, that you must believe in yourself. You must know yourself and believe in yourself. It's also important to know who you are. To also be realistic and know myself, my own strengths and weaknesses, and then I have to believe in myself, and then the path will open up. The path opening is not the issue, the belief is the main issue. So I have to sum up this entire journey of being a writer, being an entrepreneur, being anybody who makes a difference in the world. It's just three things. It's purpose, having a higher purpose, okay, having something which is beyond money. If we look at entrepreneurs, do you think they're working only for money? No, they're working because they want to make a difference in the world. Okay, they have something called a higher purpose. Of course, I get paid to write books, I get some royalty, but I think what motivates me to write more and more is, people who write to me and say that my book has made a difference in their life. The second is to have a passion. Whatever you do, you must do with a lot of passion and involvement. And the third is to be persevering. Nothing will come in a day. कोई भी चीज ऐसे मैगी 2 मिनट नूडल्स की तरह नहीं होती है. I mean, you have to, if you want to cook a great biryani, उसको भी 6-8 घंटे लगते हैं, उसका एक process होता है. So perseverance and patience is very important. So there's a famous author called Malcolm Gladwell, and he talks about something called 10,000-hour rule. He says that to be extraordinary at anything in life, whether it's business, politics, sports, arts, anything, you have a writer, what is creativity? So there's a famous author called Elizabeth Gilbert who's written the book Eat, Pray, Love. And she says very beautifully that creativity is a crushing chore and a glorious mystery. So when I have to write a book, obviously I have to spend a lot of time on it. I have to research, I have to sit down and write, I have to have discipline, I have to have a deadline, and I have to write certain number of words in a day. So that always feels like a chore. At times you feel कि यार कब खत्म होगी, you're doing it, it's taking a month, 2 months, 3 months. But it's also a glorious mystery because when I'm writing, I get connected to something bigger than myself, which you can call as a higher power or a divine source or, the universal mind. So many a time I may start with one idea, but I may go into a totally different direction because although I am doing the act of writing, but I'm being guided by a higher force. So I think anyone who wants to be creative has to remember that you are the channel through whom creativity is flowing, and you have to unblock yourself to receive those divine blessings to be able to do what you do. So you have to appeal to people's emotions. That means you must be aware of your own emotions, and in your writing, you have to convey emotions. I also think you have to be very clear in your communication. It's not about showing off कि हाँ मुझे कितना अच्छा English आता है. If the other side cannot receive what you're trying to say, then there's no use of writing something. And most importantly, you have to be true to who you are. So whatever books I've written, I've not tried to copy anybody else. Okay, I am who I am, and I convey that through my books, through the language I use, through the format I use. Through even today when I'm talking to you, I'm just being who I am. I'm not trying to be an orator. I'm not trying to be someone else who I'm not. So even if I say I'm a motivational speaker, I'm not like one of the people who stands on that stage and then सबको जैसे एकदम जोश में हाउस द जोश करके चार्ज अप करेगा. That's not me. So I don't do that. So whatever you do in life, whether it's writing, it's business, a job you take up, you have to be true to who you are. So don't think that you have to escape from your small town and go to a bigger town and stay there permanently. Quality of life is also better in smaller towns. You can maybe do many things which would be very expensive to do in Bombay, restrictions and problems to come up in life. So, know what you want and be very firm that this is my life and I'm going to, create my own life the way I want. So, yeah, to sum up, I think all of you have this wonderful opportunity to write your own life story. Many times we watch serials on Netflix or Amazon Prime, and somebody has written the script, right, for those characters. So, think of yourself as a character in your own web series. Okay, there are many characters with you also, but you're the script writer for your part, and you have to write your own life story and not give that job to somebody else, whether it's your father, mother, cousin, teacher, society, nobody. only you should hold that pen or that mouse in your hands, right? So I just want to close with this idea that there is nothing called permanent success or failure. Life is about constant reinvention. During lockdown in the month of April, I started writing fiction. I used to only write non-fiction books, but I started writing fiction. I gave myself a challenge to write 30 stories in 30 days. You can go to my website and read the stories. And I also started doing writing workshops to teach other people to, how they can also write. And this was something I never knew I could do. Okay, it was something I always wanted to do, but I was in fact doubtful कि मुझसे हो पाएगा कि नहीं. But I was able to do it. So even if somebody is introduced to you as like, okay, they're so successful, they're best selling and all that, it doesn't mean that I don't have my own challenges. I don't have my own, uh, you know, um, mental obstacles to overcome. It's a constant process. It goes on and on and on. Life is about lifelong learning. So yeah, so I hope
Hmm.
that all of you are able to really stay true to yourself, know yourself, believe in yourself, stay hungry. Times are the best times because they really make you come out of your comfort zone. I think you have to find new ways to do the old business. So today everyone is trying to digitize their business, right? They're trying to move online. They're trying to create new products and services which are of use to people today. And even after 2 years, when maybe this crisis is over, there would be some changes in the way people think and behave. A lot of things which they were not comfortable with doing. For example, online grocery shopping. पहले कितने लोग करते थे? Very few were doing. But now the habits are changing. So there's always an opportunity. It's not always that there's only a downside, right? So I think any time that you do a business, you'll face many challenges. But you have to stay true to your principles. Your principles should be to be, to be honest, to have integrity, to treat people with compassion. I think if you have employees today, then you have to also realize that you cannot just throw them out of the company. You have to together. You have to take things forward as a team. I mean, some of the companies which are very well funded, very big, like Ola and Swiggy and all of that, they are the first ones who have said bye bye to their 5,000 employees. I don't think that's the right way to do business because tomorrow, is it going to create goodwill for you? Is it going to, like be something that you're proud of? Because money is not everything. So be true to yourself, to your principles, and try to find new innovative ways to do business. There are ways to do it. Don't worry about the marks. I'm not saying you should fail, but then don't worry about that. What's more important is that the learning is more important. Uh, the interaction with your peer group, your friends, your even the things that seem useless today, in the long run, they're very important because today one of the big assets of being from IIM Ahmedabad is that we have a alumni network. So not only my batch, but even people who are 10 years, 20, 30 years senior or junior, we know we can reach out to each other in our time of need. So, like just don't take it so seriously if something goes wrong. You don't get into the job that you wanted. Suppose you fail that interview. It doesn't matter. Something else will come, which is even better for you. So don't get hung up कि मुझे यही company join करनी है, ऐसा ही package चाहिए. Even the people who started with the lowest packages in my batch, and in my batch, at that time we didn't even look at the salary so much because it was just a beginning part of the liberalization. So ऐसा पेपर में छपता नहीं था कि इसको इतना मिला उसको इतना मिला. We didn't have that concept. But everybody after 5 years, 10 years was doing very well because over time opportunities come which you never knew were possible. Some new industries are there, some new fields are there. So if you are very ambitious, you should think of joining a new industry because today maybe it's not so crowded with MBAs. You know, so like suppose digital marketing. Digital marketing is something which actually there's nobody who's an expert in it. In 3 years you can become an expert, and every day you have to learn because something changes. So there is nothing that you cannot master there. You can do it. You don't have to compete with. You don't have to only think of going to Hindustan Lever or those other companies. I would say that MBA का एक value है, but then it's not everything. You can do things without MBA. You can do with also. But most important is to know what you want to do. अब वही प्लेसमेंट में आप फंस जाओ कि ओके, आई एम इन MBA, so I need to get a placement and I need to get this kind of placement, and the person who pays the most is the best. It's not necessary that you fit in that company which is paying the most. Maybe you're meant to work in a different company and there you'll be more successful. So yeah, you should be telling a story. If you're telling a story, your content will be good, right? You should be telling a story, or you should be sharing an idea. So an idea also, to flesh out the idea, you need to elaborate with stories. So you have to become a good storyteller. Once you've mastered the art of storytelling, any content that you produce will be something people want to read or watch or hear. So, why do we watch a movie? Why do we read a book? Because there's a story, there is something which touches our heart, which makes us cry or think or laugh or inspires us. So, it has to produce an emotion in the opposite party. And that's what we learn in the workshop. That's what I teach in the workshop. That writing doesn't mean सिर्फ आपके आपने शब्द लिख दिए. It's not a collection of words. It has to convey an idea in the form of a story. What is Mahabharata? It's what is Gita? I mean, these are great stories, but which are full of learnings and full of ideas which are timeless. So that would be my advice. Don't think of it as content writing. Well, everyone doesn't even have this choice. Many people don't have a job. Many people who got the placement letter in March don't have the job today. So maybe for them, like, should they just sit at home and keep crying, or should they? Maybe they won't get a job for next 6 months also. So I would say that try something in life. होता है तो ठीक है, नहीं होता है, you've learned something. Don't sit idle and keep crying that time is bad, my luck is bad. No, if you do something, it will open some doors. You try 5 things, the sixth thing will work. Okay, I met this young entrepreneur today. He's running a very successful business. He said, I tried 5 ideas, all 5 failed. Finally, the sixth idea clicked. You know what he's selling? He says that one day, on Sundays, my mother makes biryani, and every time I see she's standing in the kitchen and frying onions for 1 hour. So he thought, why can't I buy this product, fried onions? It's available in other countries. जो ऊपर नहीं आता brown color का onion.
Yeah.
It's available in other countries, but India में नहीं था. So he started this business on his own of selling fried onions. Today he's supplying all the top restaurants in Bombay and Hyderabad. He also sells it for retail. Okay. That's all he's selling. He's selling fried onions, and it's taken off in a very big way. There's this guy called Harpal Singh Sokhi, who's this celebrity chef, who comes on Food TV or that Sanjeev Kapoor channel. He is his brand ambassador. The simple idea इसमें क्या है, आपके घर में भी हो रहा है, but he is the one who saw the potential. He thought that why should people stand and fry onions? And even these restaurants, they used to employ 2 to 3 people just for frying onions the whole day, and वहाँ पे धुआं निकलता था. And so, I mean, I want to say that the opportunities are always there. If you start in a weak time, it's better because you'll have less competition. You'll get a head start. अच्छे time में तो कोई भी करेगा. Today, if you start something, there's a chance to learn and slowly grow it. And when the boom time comes, you'll be ready to, supply the demand which will come. But if you wait till then it's going to be a longer journey because you would have wasted this time. So don't waste your time. अगर कुछ करना है तो करो. You cannot be sure of success or failure in anything. The problem with MBA is that, this whole MBA concept is that I take the degree, and I'm assured that I get this kind of a placement letter in my hand. So that is not how life works. Even the company you join might shut down. Okay, like there's no guarantee today कि हर company जिंदगी भर तक चलेगी. It's not like you will retire from one company with an HMT watch. So be prepared for uncertainty, right? Everything is uncertain. Like Corona has made everybody's life uncertain. Whatever plans we had, we thought we are getting married, we are going for this holiday, we are joining this college, everything has changed.
Yeah.
So life is uncertain, and if you want to do something, just do it. Even if you don't get the return immediately, you will get it. You have to be a bit patient for it. Just read the life stories of others and understand that it doesn't matter when you start, you'll always struggle. So just be prepared.